It's working now. Jesus Christ, what an absolute shit show.
There you go. See? Sometimes it happens.
We're very professional.
Yep.
We're kind of a big
For some reason, it's streaming things that happened a while ago now as well. So like, just my fucking creator studio is being shown to people.
Hey!
Brilliant.
Right.
That's what I want. That's what I want. Thank you, YouTube.
What you really want.
I can't see anything coming from your channel at the minute. Anyway, actually, hang on.
I can. I just see his little dossing about.
Yes, I can. Ignore me.
Oh.
Good thing we didn't say the N word all the time like we usually do.
What, Norman?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do the usual thing now of just checking all the audio bullshit before we start. So, thanks for coming to the stream, people in the chat. I'm not thanking you two. I mean, you know, you're my friends. You're supposed to be here. But thanks to the people in the chat who don't owe me their time.
Like, will there be more Spike?
I don't owe you shit, motherfucker. You owe me.
Isn't it? Jeez. Oh, we all owe Matt, don't we? We always owe you, Matt. That's the thing.
Well, it's because like Toby actually picks up his super chat money, and you're just like, no, you keep it.
Keep it, dude. So, where is this?
I was like, will
Just
there
trying
be
to
more
find. Oh,
Spike?
there it is. Stones to
It
Abbigale
depends.
PDF. I think it might be that.
Basically, can you hear me and Gemma? Can you hear Toby and Matt? And there should be some quiet music as well. Can you hear that? Also, let us know if the music's too overpowering. Basically, just give us like patch notes. Like, nice and, do it now, nice and early in the stream before we get into the swing of it.
Audio
Yeah,
sounds
well,
good from Vinnie Mac.
Right, if this doesn't actually work out, then give us like 2-3 years and we'll send out a Snyder's cut or some shit.
Yeah, we'll spend more money than the original stream made on a special cut of the stream that a gaggle of lunatics have been begging for on Twitter.
Like, oh man, I can't, like, I almost said Rob Schneider, that would have been better, but fucking the Snyder cut, because he's well known for such classic films such as Sucker Punch.
It's insane. It is insane. But to be honest, it's more
what
what
it
it
that came true.
It's more what it represents to me. Like, I'm kind of happy that it's happening at all. Just this kind of, I like that studios are kind of listening to fans, for better or worse. I think the studio, like, fan bashing is so common now that, with like filmmakers like Paul Feig and Rian Johnson and these types of people, that and Alex Kurtzman and these kinds of guys, it's nice to think that there are studios out there who listen to the fans, even if they're listening to the wrong shit. At least it shows, like with what happened with Sonic, it shows that they are at the very least listening.
Right, from what I can see here, they can hear us all perfectly well, but there's no music.
There's no music. Okay, let's see if I can fix that ever so slightly.
I've got
Pop my.
Gemma is here too. All hail Queen Gemma, thank you.
I'm just going to turn.
Any requests for the music?
Up a little bit.
Simping for Gemma and Gemma alone.
Right, let me know if what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make minor adjustments to the audio until it's perfect. Just let me know. I'm going to fire up the chat on my phone as well.
Right, so if you can hear Uptown Funk in the background, that's what he's playing.
Chamber in Metroid Prime 2 echoes, please, in the background. Thank you very much. No, wait. Don't do that.
It should just be like royalty-free, like chilled out synthwave music, basically. Just just something pleasant to have for those moments where we just like none of us can think of anything to say. So just like instead of awkward silence, you just have awkward synthesizers instead.
You just got in the Hall of the Mountain King in the background, just like really mundane things. Like, look, there he was sitting eating lentils again. It's just dun 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 dun. It's in the background.
When I say royalty-free music, yeah, just like old classics, yeah.
Nice, like
yeah, just like that was just pictures
in the
like
background.
He reached down. He's like he couldn't believe the beauty of Abigail's weird self-harm scars. And that's not me saying self-harm scars are weird. I'm just saying how he writes. The beauty of Abigail's self-harm scars. In the background, dun 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 dun.
Play Resident Evil 4 Regenerator breathing. Okay, that'll just scare everyone off.
Now what it'll do is it'll just scare off the weaklings. For these streams, we have to sort the men from the boys.
True.
Oh, also, Jacob, you probably have heard, but fucking Batwoman's getting what's her name, quit, and new Batwoman for. Did you hear about that?
I did hear about
Yes.
Ruby Rose quitting. Thank you, Uncle Belby. Wouldn't Gary Glitter be more appropriate? For Onision, yeah, probably would be. Okay, I've told him he's got quite a lot now, so I feel like it should be playing. We'll wait till see what the chat says.
I can hear it now.
Cool.
I think it's a shame because Jacob, I think it's a shame because Batwoman was my favourite comedy on TV at the moment.
I see. I've never seen a single episode, but what I have seen is Jay Longbone's reviews of pretty much every episode.
That and others. That's the only reason that show should exist. Is just so other people can make fun of it.
Yes.
I feel like Jay Longbone should set up like a Patreon stretch goal of them funding another season of Batwoman just for her reactions.
Like surprise Pikachu face.
No, there already is a season 2 they're working on. But I think what we should do is we should try and get a campaign because what they said is they're going to try and get another like gay or trans or whatever person to play Batwoman. When I think what they should be is they should be really progressive and they should get a man to play a lesbian.
Yeah, I think that guy Robert Pattinson would be good as well to take over.
No,
as
I want
Batwoman.
them to get Danny DeVito and to play Batwoman.
That would be pretty progressive.
There's a couple of people saying that they don't hear the music, but a couple of people saying they do, so they think it's maybe their speakers. But someone says all I can hear music-wise is tick 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 tick.
Look how loud I've made it.
I can't hear the music, but that might just because I'm listening to you guys.
Like normally, if I have it up like that, it'll be completely overpowering the call. But that's on Discord. It might be different for Skype. Skype might be like suppressing it a little bit.
So I was like, well, I can hear it. It's soft, and I'm speaking up. Sorry, yeah. So well, hopefully this will be better.
Again, we don't want it to be overpowering our voices. We just think because of with the actual videos themselves, we tend to have music. So
yeah, said I hear it. Yeah, someone said. Yeah.
all right, shall we get started then?
Yeah.
Right. I don't remember anything that happened last. Like I was like thinking about what happened last week. I'm just thinking of all the things that happened a week before. Like the time before.
I think they had sex and in the last episode.
What?
Previously on Stone
I had to
Abbigale.
read out something really, really disturbing, so I had to I stopped halfway through because it was.
No,
really,
but that was like half. That was like the extreme.
It was like really, really disturbing, like stuff that like Abby was meant to say, and I was like, yeah, I'm not reading this shit anymore.
Right. Okay. Hang on.
Was it Gemma? Was it more upsetting that picture of the pie I sent you? Because that's a very upsetting picture of a pie.
Really annoying.
I
by
mean,
the way.
it wasn't as upsetting.
Jacob, can you put that picture up on screen or something?
Anything from what to read out before, or is it just completely erased from the memory banks? I don't blame you if it was.
I'm not sure how to put it up without like pretty much like showing my whole screen. So give me a second, because I don't want to like open it up like have your Skype details for everyone to see, and also
Oh no! Why did I have my background as my bank details?
and also all the incredibly fucking edgy memes.
It's a picture of you naked, holding your passport and bank details and home address.
So anyway, yeah, there's
What? Have a photo like this of yourself? Blackmail for who?
this upset me. This image. So like I feel like the context of this was someone went, oh, "Can you cut my piece off? But I don't want any crust." And instead of just taking the crust off.
To be fair to him, there's like a perfect triangular shaped pie, shape out of the middle of that. I'm impressed with that, but I'm not impressed at the same time. I'm very
It
sad.
doesn't take much to impress you, does it? Fuck.
Why
true.
would you
The
not take the
dickest
crust?
move.
Impressed me. There you go.
The crust is
It's
one of
weird how
sometimes the best
psychologically
part.
upsetting. No, it's minor, but it's like, why? That annoys me.
Who cuts a pie like that?
Riker! Are we
Cut
sure?
the pie properly.
Are we sure Onision isn't Marilyn Manson's illegitimate son? It would explain how much time he spends sucking himself off in this story. Another thing I remember from the last chapter is Onion Boy like wrapping Abby's legs around him in class and like making out with her, and the teacher like full on screaming unacceptable and using her sound sword.
Unacceptable.
Oh wait, wasn't it a thing like him and fucking Davis like dicking about in a convenience store or something?
I don't
Yes,
remember that.
that was. I
What
remember
happened?
that because basically, like Davis put a bunch of tape all over him. And,
Oh, God.
And Greg, his character, was just like, "Well, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen." It was just like, what kind of sense of humor do you have? None.
Shall we get on with it?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, God.
Onion boy rapping in class with like, well, there's something you should know. I'll tell you something. Forget it.
Did we not mention that he's a dog? He's an animated dog. It's brought up in chapter 14.
Child porn time. Everybody's feeling fine.
No, I'm not fine. I am not fine with that being a sentence that came out of your mouth, buddy. Jesus Christ.
Right, so someone like note that down for like as quite famous quotes go, like Jacob child porn time, like 2020, Jacob Sherwood.
Well, that's gonna be on the plaque, is it?
Yeah.
Uncle Octopus. Who does she think she is? That eldritch abomination is tangled with the wrong simp. No one says no to Onion Boy. Nishima Sato for $5 says, I can't stay and watch, but take this money. People who name their kids Ruby Rose were probably just born too early to post their OCs on DeviantArt. Beautiful.
Oh dear. Every second felt like 10.
Every second felt like 10. But finally, gym class had arrived. Abby approached me, talking as she came close.
Thank you for the display, Romeo. Now the whole school is talking about us.
I'm no child psychologist, but God willing, one day I will be. What confuses... Like, again, I don't imagine that a sort of girl who's kind of shy and is a victim of abuse and self-harm wants to make out with her boyfriend in front of the whole class and have the whole school talk about her. Again, I'm no child psychologist, so perhaps I'm wrong. But this feels like something she'd be extremely fucking pissed off about.
I would be.
I replied, one of the best decisions I ever made.
Also, I don't know, but like if you barged into class and started making out with your girlfriend, would you be expelled or sent home or something, like reprimanded in some way? Like you shove a guy, you get suspended for a few. Like you make out with your girlfriend. Like, do they give you a medal? Like, how does this like fucking work?
I really don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
People in America, let me know.
She wrapped her arms around me and whispered in my ear.
I can't wait till we get home.
Once again, stunning explosions illuminated my mind. Literally means nothing. My body felt like it was being lifted off the ground. I felt untouchable. I mean, you are untouchable, but in the sort of Indian caste system way. I kissed her deeply as a voice interrupted. Hey, aren't you suspended, kid? It was the substitute gym teacher.
Jacob, you got cash.
Safe State says, Onision, I'm a male feminist because I believe all females should consent 10 years younger. Fucking hell.
Like remember when there was that television show on TV and it was like
That television show on TV.
on their streaming services, and it was called 10 Years Younger. Do you think Onision maybe like didn't get the right memo? It was maybe
That's not where I thought you were going, because I've got a theory about Gokwan.
All right.
Emperor Crimson says, "Oh, you're approaching me? Oh, you're approaching me? Well, I can't simp for you without getting closer." So, what the bloody hell was I on about? So, Gokwan, right, used to do a show called, like, it was How to Look Good Naked, I think it was, something like that. And he used to get all these fat women who were uncomfortable with their bodies. And, like, he was really, like, outrageously flamboyantly gay, so they'd feel super comfortable taking their clothes off in front of him, because he's not going to be a pervert about it. I don't think he's gay.
No?
I think he just really likes looking at naked fat women. It's like a sexual power trip for the guy. It's got all that video footage of it, of him in the room, maybe even touching their breasts, going, "Look how firm your breasts are, darling." And then he beats off to the tape when he goes home. He's not. That's why that show's not on the air anymore. Not because it was weird and creepy and people didn't like it. No, they found out he wasn't actually gay.
They checked out the Ministry of Homosexuality. Like, he hasn't got his gay
Move
license.
your ankle out of the path of my foot. I replied, I guess I am. Toby, do you want to do the substitute actually?
The substitute gym teacher.
He said,
Line.
Hang on. Are you supposed to be a suspended kid? Is that it, or is it the bit
no,
after?
it's the next paragraph. I replied, I guess I am. He said,
So you have to win a break. Get out of here.
I looked at Abby and she said,
I guess we won't have to wait.
she began to follow me out. The sub saw us both leaving and said,
Hey, Abigail, you have to stay.
Someone say something.
No, the awkward silence works for me. Now, where's Jacob?
Are they disconnected or something? Are we still on? What the hell happened?
like, from what I remember about gym teachers at school, they're pretty big. They'd probably just grab you if you tried to leave. Like, one kid in my school, like, tried to be a smart ass, started fucking climbing on the apparatus. The teacher just got a yardstick and whacked his legs with it till he bled. It's like, gym teachers are badly fucking behaved. They wouldn't just be like, oh man, she's got me there. That motherfucker would grab that girl's hair and drag her into the gym.
Yeah, Jacob, I don't know what happened, but it went silent for a few seconds, so I don't think we didn't hear a response. What Abigail's response was.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do it again?
What are you gonna do? Suspend me?
The teacher said they're looking dumbfounded. And as I've just said, no, he wouldn't. As the door slammed behind us, he feared the rest of the class would follow suit. like, oh, damn. It was like, there's a whole class walkout. I have literally no pal. Like, fucking
Also,
bizarre
why would the rest of the
world
class
Greg
walk
lives in.
out? Like,
It's not like it's fucking college.
He quickly turned to the remaining students and said,
Don't you think about it. I will call your parents.
he's just gone from sounding like a normal like jock to just sounding like Gargamel.
That's why they like don't fear him, because he looked like fucking Gargamel.
You delicious students, get back in here.
Gargamel in disguise.
If I become a gym teacher, I can eat the Smurfs. Like, sir, first of all, that's retarded. Second of all, why?
Like, Smurfs are pretty small. I feel like you'd need to eat all of them to really get any. Like, was it ever explained why Gargamel wanted to eat the Smurfs?
No, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure because I remember there being two things. Like, I think they changed it. At first, he wanted to eat them, and at one point, he was going to like melt them down and turn them into gold or something. Because afterwards, I'm pretty sure they changed it at some point, or a redub or something. But like, motherfucker, why are you just sitting in your little castle in the woods wanting to eat these weird blue things that can talk?
As I said, the guy's got a castle. He can't. I mean, I know he dresses like a beggar and everything, but like, surely he could just buy a pig if you. Do you know what I mean? If you want some meat.
I always thought he was dressed like a monk.
I thought it was supposed
That's
to be a wizard.
weirder.
Maybe they're abominations against God.
It's like if I eat the demon and poo it out, it will be purged by my holy digestive system.
Yeah, he's got this whole backstory about how, like, when he was a young, he swallowed a holy relic, and now he's like secluded himself when he's found these abominations against man and God, and he thinks the only way to cleanse them from this sinful earth is to eat them. But that's just never brought up in the show. You need to like read the comics or something.
See, that was the biggest problem with the Smurfs cartoon. I think is it expected you to have read all the lore, and I think sometimes adaptations do that. It's lazy.
You need to read the comic book. His backstory is perfectly explained in the the prequel novel, or the tweets.
Where are we? I don't fucking know. Oh yeah, they responded with a disappointed "Aww," as he proceeded by throwing out sports equipment for them to heartily utilize.
By throwing out Sporticus.
Sporticus.
Also, I don't quite get the whole like they want
crazier. Sorry, go.
I don't get why they thought like it was like going to be a walkout or something like that. Like, oh hey, I don't know. Like it's like at the end of like some sort of college movie where like the two guys, the girl and guy walk out and everyone's like cheering them. Like these people are just skipping class. Why would everyone else walk out as well?
Follow us and be like, we're gonna go watch them do it.
That's just he invites them all around his house to watch him have sex with Abbigale in his bed. This is his other fetish that he doesn't bring up much. They're all there awkwardly sitting in his room. One guy's looking. Oh, you like the Arctic Monkeys, eh?
So, Bean Daddy Mandela, please, Cobe. Gargamel wouldn't eat a pig, and as he's clearly a horrible Jewish stereotype, and that ain't kosher, bro.
I agree. That ain't kosher.
No.
Yeah, like you can't eat pork, but Smurfs. It's like an airbud loophole. There's nothing in here about Smurfs.
Emperor Crimson says he wanted to get a vegetarian body by eating the Smurfs.
Body.
My vegetarian body! Only seen as a Scot. Oh god, this is infatuated with Abby and I struggled to make it out. To make it to our front door. We left our jackets in the hallway and were kissing heavily, even as I turned the key to let us in. I'm just hearing like I'm glad the stream has music instead of sound effects. Just like we were just kissing. It's like
we got some gross, AMSR on.
Fucking gross like teenager kissing noises. It's like she jumped on me and wrapped her legs around my waist. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh no. No.
No.
This didn't take long. Oh, this is a whole.
It's a very short chapter.
Okay.
Was that just telling me like? I thought Toby was reading ahead of the sex scene. Wow, this is a whole. Wow, my god, there's another one just round the back there.
What the hell is that? Abigail, where's your penis?
No, I missed out a word. No, I missed out the word chunk. But still. Yeah, this is awful. Oh shit.
Wait, do you think Onision was it not Onision? Do you think Onion Boy in this has like a Victorian sort of like view on sex? He's like freaked out. Goes, what the hell is that thing?
Just get me hot.
I was going to say, Peter, honestly, I thought you said Scottish Onision getting a beat down from Count Duckula instead of Dankula. And I thought, well, they're both vegetarians, and Count Duckula would win.
Emperor Crimson, are there any side effects of having sex with a great old one? I'm sure we're going to find out. Without hesitation.
Have you ever read The Dunwich Horror? That.
She pulled her shirt and bra off, revealing her naked breasts, and continued to kiss me. We collided with the bed as if we were one, silently crashing together.
People are paying you to stop talking.
Our hands running up and down each other's body. Each other's body, it's one. They've like merged into one disgusting abomination.
That's the side effect.
Schlongson McJohnson. I can't say it. Schlongson McJohnson. What the hell? Is this a story novel or a gag reflex examination? Rotten thoughts, just simply silence nonce.
No. No, stop.
She pulled off her pants as I removed my shirt.
Stop.
Before I even had it completely off, I could feel her kissing my stomach as she removed my pants.
This makes it terrible.
We were completely naked in bed, sliding our bodies together. Oh. I whispered into her ear, "Hang on to something!" And then Vince Vaughn shouted it immediately afterwards.
Would this scene be better or worse if Vince Vaughn just showed up?
What is wrong with Onision? Like his attempt to be sexy, just like, hang on to something. It's like, what are we about? Is the house about to be pushed off a cliff by 2 T-Rexes?
Oh my god.
Just like grabs
Uncle
onto
Pat.
it, just like holding onto his balls off the edge, like you're lucky, sack. Man, fuck the Lost World. Fucking stupid garbage.
We've already done an entire video. Also, Uncle Pappy gave us some more money.
Oh, hang on. I need a site check here. How old are these kids?
8. They're 8 years old or something.
Oh!
Man, who would have thought Onision would write underage erotica? Man seemed very well adjusted until this point, I must say, says Uncle Balpy.
Oh, that's
They're not
rough.
actually 8, Toby. They're like supposed to be teenagers or something.
Like this is
Oh,
wrong.
okay. Thanks. Thanks for that, Matt.
Like you know, these 8-year-olds who went to high school, Toby. I know you haven't really been paying attention, but
To be honest with you there, Matt, I've not been really paying attention. You know, I wasn't here for the first, what was it, 10 chapters? And then I
only had some free time to sit down and watch us talk about it.
Let's be real, like, Toby, you and I
Thank you.
both know you're just picking up the check at this point.
Well, but
Yeah.
hang on a second. You fucker.
I whispered in her ear. I love
Okay,
her
I just
so
like to
much.
point out, like,
Hang on to something.
what a fucking like wait, you know, like you're he's like a 16-year-old who's about to have sex for the first time. Hold on to something. You got a pretty fucking high opinion of your sex skills. I'm
Just
gonna
like
rock your world with my
like-
inexperienced 16-year-old dick.
It was like
Like, what did you like?
like
I'm the
foreplay,
world's
didn't
greatest-
was it what foreplay? Didn't we just get out of gym class? I don't know what that is. I'm 16.
What I wish would happen here is instead that, you know, that Abigail has still got clothes
Anything.
on. And
Yeah,
then,
literally anything
yeah,
else.
literally, and Rocket Fist Rick comes in and says, "Hang on to something," and then he takes her away from that creep.
They just punches them both to death.
Or just like hundreds of tentacles just fly out of Absathoth's hungry, devouring twat, right? Just lined with enormous fangs, and just slowly drags him in, and he dies screaming.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's why she's known as the Black Goat of the Forest of 1,000 Young.
Do you know what I'd prefer to be happening in this situation right now?
Anything
If
else?
in the story, no, not that. But if in the story, what they found is that Abigail got in there, and she just got in there just before old Loverboy, and she looks under the bed and she finds the Soul Edge from Soul Calibur, and then they have a massive fight, and she turns into Absaroth, and she turns into Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur, Savanis for the fucking massive.
Toby, I'm going to set you straight. You keep saying we keep making jokes about Absaroth. That's not the guy from Soul Calibur. We're making jokes about a guy from the Lovecraft mythos,
Yeah, but still.
not from Soul Calibur.
Yeah, but Absaroth, fuck you. There you go.
I'm pretty also sure you're saying that guy's name wrong.
So he immediately.
Would you not?
So she immediately grabbed onto the bed frame as I made my way down past her breast, slowing as I
So we're
passed
still
her
going.
hips, tasting her. Oh fucking hell!
Chasing her skull.
I don't know what it is about this sentence. I think it's because I know it's Greg writing it. That actually made my stomach turn. Like, I'm not trying to be like funny, like, haha, this is so gross. Like, no, genuinely, that made my stomach turn a bit. That sentence here, which I can't highlight for whatever reason. No, I'm not reading that.
Skull.
No, I'm not reading that. I didn't
Oh.
stop. I couldn't stop devouring her. No,
My God.
her
Considering
now
the last word you said, it
soaking
sounded like
legs.
skull.
Her now soaking legs, you fucking creep.
Hang on, yeah, should we just pick up buzzwords there?
People are just throwing money at you to stop Jacob.
Just skip it.
So Emperor Crimson says they're now getting ready to make thousands of monsters, and Katie Bennett says Abby then whips off her mask to reveal Chris Hansen, who then instructs him to have a seat.
Rotten thoughts. Cobe, the more you describe Absathoth, I just keep thinking of Manta Rock. Oh my god, Manta. I love Manta Rock. It's just like a mound of just flesh and ice. It's like,
Thanks everyone so far.
yeah, it's like, yeah, let's not read any more of this. I feel like the sex scene ends rather quickly, and I think the reason for that is that, and I genuinely think it's because Greg nutted. I imagine he was having a stroke while he wrote it, and obviously you can't type a lot with one hand. So, yeah, he had to get to the end of the scene because he was like, oh, I've just come and now I'm disgusted at everything. So I've just got to finish the sex scene real quick. There we go.
Wait, do you honestly think that Greg's the sort of person who, if he nutted his head, would be disgusted and not proud? Look at that. I'm gonna take a picture and post it on Twitter.
My cheek is twitching. I'm like, I can feel half my face twitching, like it's about to like I've just went and had like a massive anxiety attack from that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read all of that. Obviously, we're not reading that at all. Let me just pick up a couple of buzzwords. Gushing, orchestra, precise execution, stop, control, soaking, greeted, waiting, waste, digging, and ecstasy. There you go. That's what happened in the last.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah, and that was a really short chapter. That was like the shortest chapter in the entire book, so we know Greg doesn't have much stamina.
Of course he doesn't. He's like 40 years old. And he's 40 years old, has a terrible diet, and mostly fucks girls who are too inexperienced to know he's bad at sex. So, Uncle Octopus asks, this or Sonic EXE remake? I honestly don't know. Sonic EXE remake.
Some English book says, Devour Her seems like Thomas Harris can write a worse novel than Hannibal Rising. Yeah.
There's a really poncy sentence at the end of that chapter. Really poncy.
Are you gonna read it?
Yeah. As the day passed us by, we found ourselves absorbed into each other perfectly, and we both knew from that point on we could never truly be apart. Every piece of me now had a small part of her sewn in with a thread stronger than the piece themselves. You fucking twat.
I like the way that the fact that we skipped over most of that. It could have been a horror scene, it started. Basically, Jacob, you stopped where you said like he was devouring her, and then Toby said skull. So it could have literally been he ate her. He killed and ate her like in fucking
And I was like, I think you stopped. I was like, skull.
Yeah. So we just missed out a Laughing Jack-esque origin, scene of him making furniture out of Abbigale.
Yeah, it is now at the end of that. It was like they have become one. They are they are the nightmares.
It's scary to think that Greg was probably again in his late 20s, early 30s when he wrote this scene of two barely legal teenagers going at it.
Oh yes. Oh.
It's nice one. And again, it's just Greg's just I should point out that James is the better version of myself, the version of myself that I wish I was. I'm yeah, the person you wish you was a fucking teenage boy, you creep. Fucking creep.
I like the way that was the shortest chapter in the entire series, and it's probably one of the longest time it's taken us to.
It was a nightmare. That was a nightmare.
He ate
Boy,
her.
Matt,
Oh, how the turns are tabled.
That joke, which is the Eldritch Abomination with the anime schoolgirl. Do you remember what that is? I remember you telling me about it before.
What? Say the question again. I couldn't hear you over Gemma.
An Eldritch Abomination, which is an anime schoolgirl from SCP.
That's anime schoolgirl. That's an Eldritch Abomination. Doesn't really narrow it down.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was thinking the same thing, and I'm really sad that that's a statement you have to make.
Yeah.
If it exists, Japan will turn it into a schoolgirl.
Rapan. Every time someone says Japan, I keep trying to say it like fucking from Street Fighter 2. Rapan.
Japan.
Japan.
India. Brazil. This
Yeah.
we come back one day, Toby's had a nasty fall, he comes out of hospital, and he just talks like the announcer from Street Fighter. Toby, how are you feeling? I'm feeling fine. How are you?
Hi.
Chun-Li.
Oh, are you?
It's like, this is it.
That'd be silly, wouldn't it?
Yep.
That would be a very silly thing to happen.
It's a really, really lame season 27 of Black Mirror.
We live in the current season, aren't we?
I was about to say, yeah, but enough about the news. Let's move on to chapter 15. Toby, would you like to have a go?
Sure.
Think you're hard enough?
Oh, not hard enough.
Sarah Obscura says, my Crohn's disease is being worsened. Thanks, Onion Boy.
Yeah, really. So, winter break came to a close. Abby and I had spent our entire vacation exploring everything we desired of each other. Jesus Christ, it's still going on. We fit, is what I'm going to assume that. We returned to school as happy as we could be.
Author's note for some English bloke. Author's note: 17.5 is legal, okay?
Author's note.
As I said this about Greg before, it's one of those things where, like, at his age, I'm like, yeah, you're not breaking the law. Doesn't mean it's not really fucking weird, though.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't mean it's morally okay. Just because you're not breaking any laws doesn't mean it's, like, morally all right.
Not at all. As we walked through the doors, hand in hand, a significantly remodeled interior was there to greet us. Excited teachers walked around with smiles of satisfaction on their faces.
Okay, we know this is fiction because that's not a true sentence that's ever happened.
True. No doubt in response to the significant improvements to their own classrooms and let alone the entire school. Sir, can you remove all metal items? A man dressed as a security guard said to me. I felt surprised, but that feeling quickly left me when I remembered what the president said during his visit to the school.
Well, isn't that beautiful? What a sentence. Speaking of amusing sentences, Emperor Crimson says, somebody needs to tell Onion that hentai isn't accurate to real life. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Sometimes you read these sex scenes that are written by people who you feel have had very little little to no sex.
Yeah, I remember we did that a few years ago. We'll just read it as something like one of those clown serial killer ex-Jeff sort of thing. It's like, this person does not know how sex works. We just reading it for fun or something like that.
Rotten Thoughts says, Cobe, if you think you're hard enough... No, it wasn't me that said that, it was Toby. If you think you're hard enough. Me. Mate, I've never been so soft. Yeah, I used to like sex until I started reading Stones to Abbigale.
Same.
That's the best review they can get on the book. 0 stars. I used to like sex until Stones to Abbigale. Why'd you put that on there? Well, that was the best. That was the most positive thing anyone's ever said about it.
I feel like Christians who normally protest erotic books start selling this in their bookshops. I'm like, why in God's name are you selling something so sexually explicit? I'm like, it actually really works to get teens to abstain from sex. Not because of God, but because they just really feel grossed out by the idea of it after reading this. Somebody named Ruby Rose, which is funny because of the conversation we had earlier, says, you think Onion Boy is actually an alien? To be honest, yes.
No, we came. Abbigale is, and Onion Boy's a robot who can almost mimic human, emotions. You can't recognize them. So, is this the emotion you humans call disgust?
It is time for sex. Hang on to something. It can be destructive to the human vagina.
Engaging penis functions.
Bean Daddy
You have now
Mandela.
had the sex.
Bean Daddy Mandela simply quotes me. I used to like sex. Jacob Sherwood, 2020.
That was the sex.
Commencing sex operations. You have now been satisfied. Time for cigarette and afterglow.
It's basically like Fistus from New Vegas.
Oh,
That robot that is programmed to have sex with you.
Yeah. Suspicions is like, you have now been pleasured. I will smoke while you hug me and tell me my father's death was not my fault.
Man, they put up with a lot of shit, didn't they?
Initiating afterglow EXE.
Removing everything from our pockets, Abby and I were allowed to pass through. We waited as he searched through our backpacks and, shortly after, found ourselves parting ways once more. Only this time, despite our bodies being apart, we remained connected on an entirely new level.
Yay.
We could feel it, and it offered comfort in a new way we never knew.
Wait, Jacob, I just realised something. Since Onision's a robot, we've decided about 5 minutes ago. You know what that makes him? He's synthetic. He's a synth. He's a simp. He's a simp.
Mother of God.
It's like
Definitely.
It all makes sense.
It's all coming together as some kind of simpularity.
Yeah.
It's collapsing in on itself.
You just turn around at your cork board with all the strings attached. It makes perfect sense now. He's the source of all nonce. He's the well from which nonce springs from.
He's the anti-Rick.
Yeah.
He exists only to balance. There's too much good in the world for the existence of Rick. So Onion exists he's like Smith in the Matrix sequels. Just to balance the equation.
Help! Let me go! Help! Let me go!
Uncle Palpy, Meet James, starring Eddie Murphy, 2020. it's just Onision with like 5 other versions of him running around inside here.
The only bit I remember from that film is him his character just couldn't stop saying "Welcome to Old Navy." He was like, "Welcome to Old Navy."
Wait, you saw Meet Dave?
Yes, I had a sister younger than me. I have a sister younger than me.
Every time you've seen a terrible movie, you just blame your sister.
Well, she made me watch Norbit.
You have a mind of your own, Gemma.
You leave the room.
You watched Meet Dave. Don't bring your sister into this, right?
Well, the thing is, right, the reason why I had to watch it is because my mum was like, Gemma, Caitlin wants somebody to speak to and wants you to watch a movie with her. And I'm like, oh, fine. And then it was like both of those times with Meet Dave and Norbit. Then I made her watch films that I liked.
The only thing I know about Meet Dave is when Jacob tried to tell me the plot one time in like Subway, and I thought he was making it up, and he got it wrong. It's like, it's Eddie Murphy, but he's got like 100 tiny Eddie Murphys in him, and like, you are lying, sir. You have made that up.
Oh no, I wish we did.
You genuinely refuse to believe me. Like, it was because some of those weird movies is hard to describe. It's just like, especially when you haven't seen it in its entirety. I just knew it was this really bad Eddie Murphy movie.
Imagine if it was Inside Out, but they were all Eddie Murphys.
Yeah, I was like, did you ever read The Numbskulls?
Yes.
It's like, that was really all I knew about Meet Dave.
Yeah, that's about it. Or that bit in SpongeBob where he's like, where all of them are going crazy. Oh god,
yeah,
it's like,
through the files.
Forget everything you know except for fine dining. What's my name? What's my name?
Okay. Making love to Abby, I'm glad. Ignited my senses and thoughts beyond what I knew to be possible. We awakened a new plane of existence in ourselves, emotionally, physically, intellectually, and spiritually. We found ourselves living in a state of mind we hadn't imagined before, discovering what could only be found between people who passionately love each other. I found myself lost in the memory of us together now, and how she looked into my eyes as we repeatedly reached an intense and unforgettable release. Oh.
I like the way that no one's saying anything because they're just psychically blocking it out.
I'm just sort of horrified. And again, this whole thing of like unforgettable is like, it's unforgettable because it's so horrible. Like, your mind tries to hide from it, but the walls, the protective walls in your brain are just hammered down by Onion Boy with like a sledgehammer with his pecker just flapping in the wind. It's like, remember when we had sex? You're like, I'm trying to forget, Greg. Get out of my head. I was a kid, Greg. I was a kid, and you're a 45-year-old YouTuber. Jesus Christ,
you try and think
man.
back, but like your PTSD.
Hey, you were 17 and a half. It wasn't illegal. Yeah, but we started hanging out when I was 12. Get away from me.
Yeah, like, you try to, forget the memories, and you start shaking. The PTSD starts, affecting you. The real Cowboys of Moo Mesa starts playing in your head to block out the horrible memories.
This is the way the world ends.
Yeah, just like, it's like the world's coming to an end. And what are we doing? How are we spending our last days on Earth? Reading fucking Stones to Abbigale. This text is what's bringing the apocalypse.
Yeah,
the only way to avert the apocalypse is by finishing it. I swear that's like the plot to like a Nostalgia Critic video. Like every Nostalgia Critic video, just like, or every guy who's like Nostalgia Critic, like, so just a grown ass man with a toy lightsaber. Like, we meet again, critic, only by reviewing The Cursed Movie. Can you avert the apocalypse of trolls sending hate comments to your channel?
It's a sacred text.
Like, I know I'm just going off some weird non sequitur, which, you know, I never do that, right? But, like, God fuck everyone who reviews things in that style, by the way. Stop it. It's fucking 2020. Stop it. It wasn't funny in 2007. Sure as hell not funny now.
Back to the story.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
What sort of reviews again?
And if you don't, just pretend you do. Because I'm upset.
Toby, distract him. Keep reading.
Again and again, as if she was reaching my soul. Okay, not into, just reaching my soul. Touching me beyond what anyone could see. I had experienced no one in my life like I had Abby. She said everything I was thinking.
I'd never experienced anyone in my life like Abby. She didn't throw up when I touched her.
It was like touching me, touching you, sweet Abigail. Bum, bum, bum.
Soon I will feed you the world. Dum dum, sweet Abigail. Bum bum bum. Your reign of terror will never end.
Fantastic. She saw in me what I found in her, a love and connection beyond our most profound dreams.
And the thousands of babies I'd sacrificed.
4,822. That's it. 4,822 babies. That's before her birthday.
That's what Abigail wants for her birthday.
4,822 babies.
Yeah. Onion is Robotnik. There you go.
And like someone asked if we like modern day like Cinemassacre. I said yes, I do. And like Reddit is a mistake.
Just Uncle Balby. Hello, I'm the nonce critic. I violate consent laws, so you don't have to.
Nice. There was something about us that made all the imperfections of my life become perfect. Every sad story in my life now lined with silver becoming a stepping stone on my path to Abby. Oh,
I want to shove this guy's head down a toilet.
Yeah. When it was time to attend my class with Abby, excuse me.
Hello?
When it was time to attend my class with Abby, she approached me looking upset. I said,
sorry, I fully wasn't paying attention. Hey, how are you?
She replied,
There was a substitute in my art class, and Jason groped me. The sub did nothing.
Luckily, I don't feel anything because my heart is at the bottom of the I was just gonna say marinara. it's a creepypasta. The Mariana's Trench. It was placed there by monks, so I don't really feel emotions anymore.
oh no. Just like a furnace, igniting with a plethora of fuel, I found myself overrun with feelings of frustration, but I held back. I didn't want to upset Abby.
Tell me why I'm stuck as a virgin with rage.
Tell me what.
Yeah, when he said it wasn't like anger, it was frustration, which makes him sound like he's about to get cut. It's like someone groped your girlfriend. You weren't pissed off or angry or enraged. No, I was frustrated. Like, I can't do anything to stop him. I just have to sit in the corner and watch and cry.
As I grit my teeth, I said under my breath,
Gonna have a little cry wank in my Superman pajamas.
why not? As I grit my teeth, I said under my breath,
Incredible how Onision discovered a way to make people experience CBT by reading. Thanks,
It's Sam, isn't it?
Sam, yes. Yeah. Thanks, Sam. Yes.
I just had to be the school hero.
she asked.
Oh, it just had to be the school hero, sorry. What I said made no sense.
What am I supposed to do? I'm just a little girl and I can't do anything to help myself.
Yeah, exactly. I responded,
I'll handle it.
Abby's arms.
You are
crossed.
too weak in your current state. Soon you will truly have physical form. I don't know, is this bit about Abby being like an ancient demon god still funny? I don't care, I'm just running with it.
I think it's funny.
Well, so long as I'm making you laugh, I mean, that's really what matters. Raptor Rex, this book proves we are God's failed creations. Yeah, God abandoned this planet and went somewhere else. Like, Greg is fucking living proof. And that's how Abzathoth was able to garner so much influence. Because God has
Sneaking
left.
through the cracks of reality.
It's gravity.
Now looking at the floor.
You know what I
she
found
said-
out today, speaking of Eminem? I found out today that Stan is short for Stalker Fan.
Yep.
I had no idea. I just thought it was the dude's name in the song.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
I never really liked Eminem all that much, so like I just didn't listen to this, like pay attention to the song or any of like the wordplay.
Well,
But I found out today, I was like, oh yeah, Stan, you know, like K-pop stans. They call themselves stans, even though it's short for Stalker Fan. I'm like, whoa. Wow, I'm a fucking dumb. It was like the raisins all over again when I like being 20 and being like, wait, raisins used to be grapes? Are you fucking serious?
Like when
It was the same kind of thing.
Like,
when I first
you found out when you were 20.
You fucking. Wait, just be grapes.
is it when I first heard the song
I mean, that's
Stan,
not
I
as
just thought
bad
it
as
was
the
about
first
Stan.
time I ate an egg was, you know, like, it's not as bad as when Tom first ate an egg, but
Well, yeah, it's like last year he first ate a fucking egg because of
Like, so when I tried to have an egg once before, I was like, what sort? He was like, oh, I think it was the fried one.
Yeah.
It's like, who describes it like that, you freak of
Tom
nature?
didn't make
I
it.
love how we just spent the
Definitely
entire
an alien,
24-hour
100%.
live stream just making fun of him for that.
Just like, I was like, I just didn't trust the way it moved.
I was like, what was it, the fried one, or was it the scrambled one, the poached one,
Or the forbidden one.
and the forbidden one? My dad used to make me something called an American egg. I don't know why.
Don't know why. Okay, where are we? Abby's arms crossed. Now I looked at the floor. She said,
I told him to stop again. I seriously is just a jerk.
I tried to be optimistic. I knew the more positive I was, the better she would deal. So I looked up, smiled, like,
maybe he'll only have sex you 2 or 3 times before getting tired of you and giving you back to me.
yeah, and said again,
It's okay. I'll handle it.
just like I hoped. She smiled back, feeding off my encouraging tone and body movements. I said,
Let's go play yet another random game the gym sub comes up with.
she nodded.
She simple nodded.
After gym class, I walked alone to Miss Robertson's room. Her door was open and she was alone, so I walked directly in.
Mrs. Robertson.
I said. She looked up with a slight smile.
Hello, James.
I continued.
I'm having a problem with Jason.
She laughed and said,
Jason? You mean the nationally recognised hero Jason? You mean the boy whose face was recently plastered on the walls in the cafeteria right next to his uncle?
No, I meet some other asshole who doesn't even go to this school. Of course I meet Jason from... You fucking idiot. What is wrong? How did you become a teacher? You stupid old bitch.
To be fair, Jacob, like, if in a school as big as American one, like, could be any number of Jasons.
Jason Derulo.
Jason the hyena. Like, there's this guy on the internet. He's got into Nazi stuff and furries. Just really upsetting. Like, why are you bringing this to me?
I'm your teacher. I feel like you should be speaking to a professional therapist about this, or maybe just confining yourself to a padded cell.
I see all this Jason hyena stuff, and it just gets me so erect. I'm so angry at my penis. Like, okay, please leave my office.
Where are we?
I replied, then it's you, Jacob.
He's been groping other girls. I like that when it says other girls, the implication is either Jason or Onion Boy is a girl, which is just peculiar grammar.
He's been cheating on me with other girls. Like, what?
Okay. He's been groping other girls, and I'm pretty sure that's completely against school policy and also the law.
Yep.
Mrs. Robertson's sat up and placed her hands on the desk.
Girls.
She said,
No
I
girls.
paused for a moment. I didn't want to say it was Abby, because I knew she had issues with her in the past. But I didn't want to lie like this, so I responded.
Girl. One girl complained to me.
Miss Robertson.
She's anyone who ever talks to you.
What girl?
I quickly answered, what does it matter? Which I think is a fair question. Although, having said that, which girl is it? I'm like, oh, it was Tina. Tina's the one who sniffs glue and, like, told us she was abducted by aliens and lies lies all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I suppose it is a fairly valid question.
Have you said she answered yet?
Probably.
She said,
Alright. Because I don't believe anything Abby says, and if it was Abby, I won't feel I need to take any action.
Well, then you just be like, well, it wasn't.
I sighed deeply, completely fed up with Miss Robertson's bias against Abby.
Well, I tried to handle this administratively, and you failed to help. Forgive me, Master, but just once, I must go all out.
I said as I turned away to leave. Miss Robertson sternly replied,
James, that girl is no good. She's damaged goods and...
What the fuck school does he go to? The teachers are either, like, simple weaklings with no power, or they come out with, like, utterly cruel and psychotic shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like, I swear to God, the people in this story aren't even characters. They're just, like, avatars to move the fucking plot in whatever stupid, spastic direction he needs it to move in. This is fucking garbage.
Slime Beast is here.
Totally right. It literally is. It's just
Well,
putting
hello,
characters
Slime
in-
Beast.
Hello.
I'm glad you're here. You run the fucking stream. I'm not reading this crap anymore. I might not that I'm reading it. I mean, Toby, carry on.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Also, hi, Slimless. I can't speak. Yeah.
Toby, are you having a stroke?
Strong. Yes, that's the one. I couldn't stand to hear that. I lost it and screamed.
How dare you? Like Greta Thunberg. How dare you?
I found genuine. Oh, there we are. Right. All right. I lost it and screamed, "How dare you! People like you are the real reason why this school got shut up in the first." Fairly bold statements, to be honest.
Bold words, man.
That's a choke to death on his own cock. Demonizing everyone who disagrees with you, treating them like they are subhuman. I bet Seth had parents just like you, only showing kindness if they say and do exactly as you wish. But the moment they step outside your oppressive and small world, you shut them out and leave them for dead. Well, I wish I really hadn't done this voice now that he's monologuing. We are all our own people. We have burdens to carry, and none of you should act like you would be any better when you haven't even tried to walk in the shoes of the people you ignorantly judge.
So when he was doing all that, was he standing on a soapbox? Because you know that's not like really. Is that what you? Oh, your girlfriend's damaged goods, and suddenly you break out your fucking speech you've been working on for just this occasion.
It's like, well, none of this would happen. That's what's so hilarious about it. I mean, like, the weirdest part is the idea of Onision getting laid in high school, but this idea of, like, the teacher would just be like, that girl is damaged goods, and I, as someone who works with vulnerable teenagers, would definitely say that to you. And him just going, well, you know that kid who shut up the school and it was like a national tragedy? It's your fault.
Yeah,
For saying flippant things like that. Like, this is insanity. And again, I know I sound like a fucking broken record, but this character is the person Greg wishes he was. He has been very public about this. He has said James is the best version of me. The best version of him is a creepy weirdo who fails to stop a school shooting, rolls into an action set piece in roller skates, creeps.
Wait, what?
I think
Did that actually happen?
Oh, you missed the whole Healy's high school shooting thing. Yeah.
Oh yes, and the president
I
showed
don't think
up.
it was Healy's, but we
It
just
wasn't
say
Healy's, but
because
like
it's fun.
I used a little bit of artistic license. You know, it's an adaptation after all.
He used razor blades.
It's transformative.
He
That's
jumped
it,
off his
razor blades.
snowboard.
You did say razor blades. That was just wishful thinking.
I meant rollerblades.
He puts on his razor blades, jumps out, slashes his feet to bits. Oh, the bus driver's like, what the fuck? Drives off while this kid is just in the middle of the road with 2 broken feet that have been sliced to ribbons, crying loudly. Then the story goes on and goes, oh, look, not only did you not help save the day, you somehow made it worse. Like,
It's just like
you're
well-
crying.
well,
in vain
Abigail,
stepping further.
I took part in the rescue effort. Here is a note from the ambulance. And it just says, Dear Abigail, while we were rescuing your boyfriend, 7 more children were shot.
It turns out you like when you Onision's crying in pain, enraged Seth more. So he shot more people.
His blood was really inconvenient. He blocked an exit.
People slipped on his blood and hurt.
Right.
Yeah, as he was lying in the middle of the road, someone was driving the other way, saw him, and just like tried to miss him, and then crashed straight into the bus, killing everyone else on it.
Other kids with line kicks.
Fucking
I
hell.
slammed her door and stormed away, completely unwilling to hear another negative word about the girl I love.
All right, we'll go back to this. Can we go back
Yeah.
to the pleasant thought of Onision in the street with cut up legs?
Maybe later. We'll visit that
Even
later.
to this day, Greg's feet ache, and that's all.
After school had ended, Abby and I walked towards the buses, hand in hand. En route, I scanned the area for Jason, who usually hung out in front of the school to sign autographs and take pictures with admirers who didn't actually know Jason personally.
What?
But do you know Jason personally?
No.
Do people?
And there,
Like, I get that Jason, you know, stopped the school shooting and everything, and I guess he would be in all the local papers, but like, I've
Ross.
never witnessed a school shooting, you know. I do intend to shoot up a school one day, but until then, I don't know how the heroes are going to be treated. But I don't think that like random people would just come up to him like months after the event and be like, "Yeah, can you like sign my boobs?" Like,
what?
It just seems weird. Like, does this not seem weird to people?
I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, it's
anyone
because
that
he's
would have-
taken something that's like, okay, yeah, a school shooting's a tragedy, and he stopped it. Good on you. But it's also like, you know, the whole thing of like, oh, hey, it's affected the entire world. It's not like it's the first school shooting ever in history.
Yeah,
Sort of thing. It's like,
it was in this context. Well, this story, apparently. Okay.
Okay.
There he was. I spotted him.
Just
Just
walking
like-
down the street singing.
Two.
I'm sorry, just
Sorry.
every sentence just makes me want to go off on the tangent because this is boring me.
Don't blame you. Just as I expected, bragging to other students right where I thought he would be. I told Abby to get on the bus and save me a seat. She nodded, but likely didn't know I was about to approach Jason. Oh, you are approaching me. Now, quickly walking towards Jason, I called out his name, and he turned with an idiot smile painted across his face.
What's up, second place?
I ignored his reference and said,
I was told you groped a girl today, a girl that already asked you to leave alone.
he replied,
Haven't you? I've forgotten the voice already. Haven't you heard? I'm still around here. If I want to grab, he's like, because idiot grin. I'm trying to do like an idiot voice. If I want to grab someone.
sounds like he's got a dick in his mouth.
It's gonna happen, and I like it too.
He's drunk now.
I looked to his grinning jock
Now,
friend.
excuse me, I gotta eat this bag of spiders.
I'm a hero. That's why I'm allowed to drink during school. Yeah,
Like,
perks of.
oh god, I just thought maybe he got brain damage during the school shooting, and that's why people like treat him like a hero all the time because they just feel really bad. Oh, can I get your autograph? Sure thing, man.
Yeah, like he was
Just really athletic jock, but then he got took a bullet stopping the school shooter.
Because
Fuck! I just made this really sad, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, because Onision's so self-centered, he forgot to mention the whole thing of him taking a bullet in the skull and still fighting, heroically onward. But he's just passing over to talk about Abby and how his legs have all been cut up. He's just, he's regressed to a small child. It's just really sad now. It's I don't know.
Stones to Abbigale, a new film premiering on Lifetime.
It's he wasn't groping. He's just acting like a child, just weird, just touching everything.
Just like Lenny.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is the one and only time Onision will be compared to Steinbeck. That is.
Oh, it turns out the twist at the end of the book where he tricks Jason into talking about rabbits and he shoots him. Okay, Jason, we're gonna start a farm. You look back on the book that we're I did not see this ending coming.
Just all weirdly graphic but bizarre sex scenes that were just leading up to him murdering his school friend.
Jason was trying to breastfeed. Oh dear.
Okay. I looked to his grinning jock friends behind him. I knew exactly what was going on in their minds and how they were aching for me to make a move so they could beat down yet another person. In most situations, would have no chance. Running Jason's comment through my head countless times in a matter of seconds, I confirmed my next course of action.
That's all I needed to hear.
I turned away from him as he and his friends screamed, "Wuss!"
Wuss!
Worse.
and other derogatory names to my back.
Sam!
Synth.
Yeah.
But at this point, wouldn't it be like water for Doug's back? They can't be simp. I wondered how they knew my middle name.
My name is James Simping Jones.
Rotten Thoughts says, the thing is, Cobe, all these tangent story points would dramatically improve the story and make them convincing and meaningful. I think you're right. Genuinely, I can't be bothered, but someone who has a lot more dedication to my stupid jokes than I do, which is, I don't even know who that would be, should write Stones to Absathoth.
Indeed.
Should. Proceeding on to
Stone
the
circles to Absathoth. That's like it.
Wait, what's his next book called as well? So if we could try and make a series out of this.
This is why I hate you.
I think you don't even need to read that book. The joke fucking writes itself, doesn't it?
Is it just a picture of Chris Hansen on the front cover?
It's like a pop-up book. You open it up and Chris Hansen just kind of pops out.
Have a seat.
Because to be honest, if you're buying his the first book, it might not be your fault, but if you're buying his second book, it's because you want to read more hot teenage sex scenes. So you open it up and it's just like a pop-up book.
I know someone
Little kids and snaps a little picture of you, prints it out. They start sticking them, a little FBI warning.
I do know someone on Twitter who has all 3 PDFs of the book, so he's the one that provided us with this PDF, so if we were to read it, we'd get it for free.
I know the fourth book, which is an OnlyFans exclusive, opens with a girl getting railed by Super Mario in a trailer.
Uh-huh.
Then she murders him, or he dies accidentally, and some kid is like, "Hey, you kill Super Mario?"
And then she's just like,
and then she
"Fuck you piece of shit, and I'm gonna kill you."
Threatens the child with disemboweling. This is all in the first chapter.
Yep.
Okay, I don't believe you. You made that up. It's one of our little tangents you just made up.
No, this is like Meet Dave. You don't believe me, but it's real.
It is real.
I'm just waiting for the chat to back me up. There's got to be some other. I can't be the only one subbed to Greg's OnlyFans in the chat, right? There's gonna be.
Like, wait, what?
Proceeding onto the bus, I asked Davis to walk Abby home when they got to her stop. Abby looked.
Uncle Palpy, the borderline illegal lands 2020.
Just what?
That has no right being as funny as it is.
Abby looked extremely concerned, but I, again, managed to control my posture and facial expressions so she would only see confidence.
Sometimes when I beat up people, I lose confidence.
This is how you know this is fiction. And it's just like, again, managed to control my. It's just a way to control my posture. This is like a weird thing to get hung up about. And facial expressions. This is like this is clearly written by a man with, you know, a weak spine and facial tics. Some English bloke. How did Movie Bob's favourite porno end up in Onision's book? My God. Yeah, we are. Well, I say we are. I mean, I haven't confirmed it, but we're considering reading Movie Bob's book at some point.
Oh dear.
First I've fucking heard of it.
Yeah, we don't run anything by you, Matt. Us running something by you is too much like exercise for you. We don't do that. Get it? Because he's fat. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell. You can check out our Patreon.
No, I meant
today,
Movie Bob having
you can pick up Raid Shadow Legends. You want to get a razor that cuts your face up real good? Dollar Shave.
Shave the dollars off your face. We've shaved the dollar.
Shut the fuck up and read the stupid book.
I think everyone's having a stroke.
Yeah. Well, only someone's having a stroke when he fucking wrote this, wasn't he? Stroking his dick! Because it was honey. Get it?
I get it! He was stroking his wiener.
Yeah, Gemma gets jokes. That's why she's part of the team. She understands the subtle humour.
I get jokes.
Hey, you know who doesn't understand jokes, Jacob?
Who?
Rob.
Rob.
I have heard that.
Okay.
He does watch The Big Bang Theory, like voluntarily.
Boom. Nothing else needs to be said. Comedy vacuum.
Have we all seen Bob's McDonald's challenge tweet? Yes, we have. He's like, oh, that's really not that much food, guys. You know, the density of McDonald's burge is not that much. So, I mean, I could eat that in one sitting. It's like, Bob, you're a... It's like movie Bob. Hey, more like movie slob, am I right? Oh.
Movie Blob.
Do you think Movie Bob is like the Blob and like he just consumes people?
Well,
Because I haven't heard from Anita Sarkeesian in years, right? But there's that famous photo of him with his arm around her. I think he might be doing the hover hand because he's, you know, Bob. But like, like when they actually did make physical contact, do you think he like absorbed her?
Yeah, he's the Absorbaloff.
Yeah. Well, I just meant he's like the Blob.
Yeah.
Because you called him Movie Blob, so I.
Yes. To be honest, it's why he's completely and utterly alone.
People can't physically touch him because they'll just get sucked in and become part of his great mass.
Yeah.
Why did you think Movie Bob would stop? Shut up! That's why.
Like, so
It's just
I
like
haven't actually
a
seen
bunch
the
of
picture
people at the
Movie Bob
cinema,
in
and
a
just like
long
that
time.
scene from the Blob where like the thing comes through like the gratings and it right into the cinema, and it's just Bob Chipman. It's like, oh my God, oh, you fucking disgusting Republicans! You're not even human. We're just running away in terror. I support eugenics. I am the Ubermensch.
Like, Jacob, I haven't seen the picture of
Uber
Bob Chipman
Munch!
in. Yeah, Jacob, I haven't seen the picture of Bob Chipman in ages. So, do you think he's kind of like an iceberg? So, like when you see the top half of him, and the rest is like below, just like it's spread out.
I absolutely love. I love that Movie Bob is like into eugenics and thinks like other people are inferior to him. I think that's incredible. Like, look at the state of him. Being Teddy Mandela. Gemma mentioned the Absorbaloff. She is dead to me.
I have to
Oh, God,
I have to
no.
make people remember it because I had to.
No, please forget the Absorbaloff.
I don't know what that is.
It's the weird. It's Peter Kay, Doctor Who monster. Just
Oh,
type
God.
use. Yeah, that thing.
God, that was terrible.
Basically, a little kid got
Yeah.
the opportunity to make a monster for Doctor Who, and he made this thing called the Absorbaloff, and it was the worst thing ever because they turned it into.
When was this? Like the 60s?
It was like
or...
it was Make a Wish.
Oh.
It was like the kid's
Oh.
one wish was to have his monster on Doctor Who. The problem is it was a degenerative brain condition the child had, so it was just not good for anyone.
It was David Tennant Doctor Who, anyway.
Yeah.
Like.
I mean, I don't really know much about Doctor Who. The only most recent thing I've heard about it recently is like they used what's the name, Femme Doctor, to like ruin the like canon of the story or something like that.
Yes.
Rotten Thoughts, Uber Munch, and the Crush Bunch.
The
We
Crunch
have got
Bunch.
Yeah.
3 pages to go before we finish the chapter. Just looked ahead. Jesus Christ.
All right,
Or
let's do
get on.
better get reading, Toby.
Okay.
It's all right, Toby. I'll read the next one. The
all right,
next
all right.
chapter.
You go on.
Yeah, let me know if you want me to read at all. I'm here too.
Yeah, I know. No, nobody wants that.
Yeah. True.
Maybe a female somewhere else.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Wait a minute.
was it-
You've been
He
born.
walked away with
Where-
his, like something. I just wanted to talk. It was
Wearing
like,
an encouraging smile is where we are.
yeah, he like walked away, and something I just want to mention is like his weird not superpowers, like his absolute control over his body and his ability to speed up perception of time and all these other like
Dude, he's
minor.
If he's gone about his posture, he's definitely Sekiro. Well, yeah, he's got to backstab people. He doesn't want to get backstabbed. That's what it is. Boom. It's explained. Fucking love that game. Alright, well that's over. That killed all the conversations, so...
Yeah, let's Toby, if you want to jump back in, mate, and I'll read the next chapter.
Oh, okay.
Chapter.
Chapter?
He's
Oh,
trying to trick you there, Toby. You mean,
Yeah. Paragraph, you mean, Jacob, yeah?
No, I mean I'll read the next chapter.
The next chapter, which we're not going to do, I guarantee, because we'll get to the... We've got 3.5 fucking pages. Right, let's do this. Wearing a warm and encouraging smile on my face.
Oh right, I thought you said 3.5 I thought you had 3 paragraphs left before the
you
next
get
chapter.
Jacob.
All right, I'll do the next page. I'll do the next page.
Oh, alright, here we go. Wearing a warm and encouraging smile on my face, I handed him a bag, removed my skates from it, and set it down.
Razor blades.
Oh no! You know it's fucking going down. There, I then kissed her on the forehead and said,
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you, staring at your sweet teenage ass.
"Oh God!" And she replied, "Is Gemma there?"
What? Why?
There you go. Just then, Davis jumped up and
Is
said,
Davis there the whole time? I wasn't even paying proper attention. Oh my God! You're going to beat their booties?
Oh my God!
"Who's
Is Davis a massive
big
simp?
fat?" God. I walked off the bus, locked up on my eyes on Jason, and lurched forward in a full sprint, throwing my skates down and pulling
The
off my outer
skates.
shirt. I know.
But
As I-
like he's fucking Superman. Just put the big. It's just a big S again, but you know, for simp.
I am skate boy. What can you do? I skate, and I'm also a massive simp.
I'm just
That's also a
BMX
superpower. My
boy.
mum.
So-
I'm just picturing
So
Skate
he's like
from
like a weaker version of BMX Bandit.
Yeah.
the shittest character from Streets of Rage 2.
Yes.
Just Skate. But it's he's you know
Couldn't
he's
even
just
give
a
his name
scrawny
is
vegan
Skate.
with like a weird mullet.
I love that. Pulling off my outer shirt as I approached and now turned away Jason, only a couple of feet away, I quickly wrapped my twisted up outer shirt around his neck
What?
and used it to guide his body backwards, slamming him to the ground. I knew I had a small amount of time before he recovered, so I rapidly and without hesitation kicked one of his 3 jock friends in the balls as hard as I could.
I love that
Yeah.
the best version of Greg fights dirty as well.
Yeah.
This is the
Is it-
best. This is the best version of myself. I'm gonna slam a dude right in the baby factory.
Fuck
To be
yeah.
fair, you can imagine him probably in real life. That's the best that he could probably fight is probably
Well, yeah.
very small punches.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But if he kicked someone in the balls as hard as he can with his tiny little baby simp legs, they wouldn't do any damage.
Raptor Rex says, movie blob be like, I am hungry. I need McDonald's. Grimbo.
Because he's Grimace.
Johnny is hungry. Oh my god. Like, the picturing movie blob is Grimace. Just Grimace in like a homemade Super Mario costume. This is the ideal male body. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
Talk about how other M is great because its controller is like a what was it? What was he saying?
Yeah, I love a dated fucking rectangular controller with only 4 directions for a 3-dimensional game. I don't care if this game is sexist. The controller reminds me of when I was a child, and I never grew up, so that's great. I hate being an adult.
No, he didn't just grow. No, he didn't grow up. He just grew outwards.
Get it? Because he's overweight.
He has his own gravitational pull.
He may in fact be Jupiter. We're not sure.
I don't know where we are.
You went past like a bunch of pages, but
It's alright, we're not done yet. As if it were a well-rehearsed sequence of moves, I twisted to thrust my fist into another jock's throat. Now, having successfully completed 3 moves on 3 unsuspecting targets, Jason's last friend in the group struck me as I expected, landing a punch on the side of my head. I reacted by spinning as I fell to the ground to deliver a sweeping kick, the 4th and final target,
Sweep the leg.
knocking him on his back.
put him in a body bag, Johnny.
This one was larger than the others, so I made sure he would stay down by stomping on his balls before he would recover. I turned my back to the jock. I had punched his throat.
Does anyone remember that episode of South Park where they decided to get Tweak and Craig to have a fight? So Tweak starts learning boxing from Jimbo and Ned.
Yes.
He's like, punch him in the balls. It's like, good. Now that he's down, kick his balls. Like, you got him coughing up blood. Now that's boxing. I feel like that's how Onision learned how to fight.
I turned my back to the jock I had punched in the throat, as if I was going to kick him as well. But he, unable to talk, signed that he was in no way interested in fighting.
This is such a sad
Now that
power
I've
fantasy.
successfully reduced the odds of their victory over me.
Also, I like the way that fucking Wimpy McWampyface here was able to take down 4 guys in like it's like a fucking scene from like The Raid or something.
It's the vegetarianism.
Like, so no, this is what actually happened is
Good.
he ran at fucking Jason. Jason turned around, backhanded the little bitch, and while he was on the ground, unconscious, he imagined the rest of this scene.
Rotten thoughts, sweep the leg, discombobulate. It's like, just Greg, like, slow motion, like, fighting, like, first, destroy testicles. Second, move out of way of big guy, smash groin. Like, bite down on testicles.
Sorry. That was funny. I only had Jason to deal with. As Jason climbed back to his feet, he yelled.
Who's doing the voice of Jason? I guess I am.
I think Titans.
I'll do it. How is that fair? You fight like a crazy person. Breathing heavily, I replied.
How is that fair? 4 jocks against 1 wuss like me. And what about you groping women who are too terrified to fight you off? Did you learn your lesson?
You know where he didn't learn to fight? Rick. He didn't learn to fight from Rick. Rick would fight him like a real man.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you gotta punch him in the stomach, see?
Always go for the jaw, kid. Emperor Crimson says he should have used Thundercross split attack. Never strike a man in the testicles, no matter how many guys. That just turns you into a Jesse. By Jesse, I mean a whip, not a homosexual. Got nothing against them. Fought with one of them in WW2. Name was Chris. Hell of a man he was. Women loved him. Of course, he wasn't interested. I didn't mind too much. Me and the other boys left plenty of other Korean girls for the rest of us. God, I miss Rick. Can we get Rick back in the story, please?
he's gone. But Rick's left. He's gone to go fight the moon people.
Right. He full on tackled me before I could finish speaking. His tackle of Seth flashed in my mind as I flew backwards with Jason's shoulder plunging just under my ribs, but I had no time to take a beating. The security guards were no doubt about to see what was going on, and I couldn't finish what I had started with them getting involved. We impacted the ground together. I tightened my abs just before impact and hoped that I'll be able to...
Of course you fucking did.
I mean, Greg, I've seen your quote-unquote abs.
I'm just like the fucking reaction speed this guy apparently has is like he's never mentioned having any sort of ability, training and fighting or doing any exercise at all. And it's like, oh hey, I was able to take out 4 guys in like 4 seconds flat. And then when one guy tackled me, I was like, okay, I can instinctively know how to land properly and tighten my ribs. Like, no, you didn't. You ran at one screaming, waving your jumper at him, and then he turned around and beat you, and then the rest started just kicking you in the stomach until they felt bad and went home.
You zigged when you should have zagged.
You see, what I'm gonna do is they're gonna punch me so hard that my simp blood's gonna get all over their hands, and they're gonna get grossed out by it, and I'm gonna have to go home and wash it off.
Oh god.
Or maybe
Jason.
you use that wish cream that tightens your abs and doesn't actually do anything else. Because apparently it's supposed to give you abs.
This is a very specific thing that I don't think most people in the chat are going to understand. Could you elaborate?
Well, on Wish, there's this cream you can buy for your abs in order to get abs in 3 days, and it's just this cream that tightens your skin on your stomach.
Oh god.
He's standing there rubbing this cream on his abs.
I feel like if you rub enough of that on, it's just like your stomach will just break through the skin.
Yes.
And you'll just die. Well, this is agony. I can't think of many worse ways to die than this.
It's actually some sort of biological torture device. Just rub it on someone's body, just start crushing their own body. Like, oh, I can sell this. Ab cream.
Absithoth cream.
Jason grunted and jumped off me, only to laugh forcefully, as if showing to everyone now we're gathered around us. Showing off to everyone now we're gathered around us. And now it's Jacob's turn to read. Or should I say Jason's turn to read?
Well, for a second there, I thought that's what it was. He said, his character said that out loud, and now it's like everyone's like, what? It starts predicting us. It's really weird and trippy.
It's just like the next chapter is just like, Jacob had to read next, and he wasn't happy about it. It's like, what the fuck?
He looked puzzled while he reached for his tea, like, oh my god.
It's happening again. Remind me, I need to Google Drive some stuff to Kamal after this.
Okay.
Right. I wouldn't let Jason stand over me. I aggressively returned to my feet, and with as much force as I could manage, I launched at him with my right hand, grabbing the side of Jason's head. Out of confusion, he swung back at me, but I quickly jerked on his scalp. Sorry.
What?
I know what he means, but... Sorry.
He jerked on his scalp.
I can blind him with my jizz.
Quickly!
There's one thing you didn't count on, Jason. What's that? I have premature ejaculation.
Well, and he's just, he's been
He's
sleeping
especially
with
good
this
at
eldritch
projectile
abomination,
ejaculating.
So it's obviously now
It's like now
turned
like
to
powerful,
acid.
acidic cum.
Oh, my scalp!
He's like a fucked up skunk.
They call me the semenomorph. I'm so sorry.
Can't tell if I'm laughing or wanting to cry.
It's difficult, isn't it? And with it, his line of sight darted away from the path of his fist. Simultaneously, I shifted the position of my head, so his hand would make contact with a cement pillar behind me, because I have fucking Matrix-like reflexes. Distracted by the pain.
Yeah, he's literally just turned into a cross between Neo and Sherlock Holmes.
I was thinking Spider-Man.
Yeah. So what I don't get about this kid is like, Yeah, he's supposed to be like a wuss who doesn't know how to fight, where he has to like resort to cheap tactics to win. But now he has like the reflexes of a cat on amphetamines. Like, again, like I know fucking martial arts experts who probably would still get punched in the face in a fight. You know, this is bonkers.
As I have this new
Like,
list of
do you
strength
like-
now that I've been with Abbigale.
Like, Jacob, do you want to see if a Duncan's available to see, just put him through, ask him how likely this scenario is?
So like, should be a show we start doing just like creepypasta fights analyzed, and just have Duncan read them, and it's like, well, this is bullshit.
I would normally say fan art incoming, but jerked on his scalp is just no. That's not happening.
It's like, no, if anybody draws that, like you're not a fan. You know, like if you draw that and send it to me, you're getting blocked.
Yeah, we only want wholesome things like the irate gamer getting
Yeah, double team by
out.
Fred and Barney. Hey, Barn, put your hands up here. Okay, Fred. What is this? So they call it the Eiffel Tower. What's that? I don't know. It hasn't been invented yet because it's the Stone Age. I don't know what fucking planet I'm on.
Gonna say, you alright there, buddy?
Hey, irate gamer, can you can appreciate the Stone Age with these big old rocks down here? Here comes some liquid cement.
What the hell? These Illuminati cavemen are turning me into some kind of ghost transgender. Matt, do you know about Chris Ball's descent into madness?
No, please tell me.
Okay, so on other streams, I've started calling Chris Ball's Vigilant Christian Super Mario because, like, on his other channel, like, he's been going on about, like, the fucking Illuminati and the New World Order and, like, interdimensional aliens and all this, and he's, like, super homophobic. It's really weird. I have to send you some stuff on Skype. It's amazing.
Yeah. Dude.
Wait, was that before or after we started doing the jokes about Fred and Bunny? Maybe that freaked him out.
He's just
Can't
like,
wait. Oh boy, stinks to Abigail reading. Can't wait to hear all this. Wait a minute. Fred and Barney? I need to watch out. They're going to come from a dimension and bum me.
yeah, he's like Chris Chan. He believes all the fictional characters exist in another dimension. Like, what the hell? Cavemen are after our ring pieces. What a piece of cowabunga shit. It's amazing to think like what happens in the world of the internet. Like a guy who fucking began his career ripping off James Rolfe and not acknowledging it, and doing shitty skits, usually involving the neighbor from Home Improvement for some reason. Like he's now got to a point where it's like the Illuminati is planning to turn your kids gay with chemicals. Like, how did this happen?
He wants to become a big
Ghosts have been
business,
telling
like radio tycoon mogul. So
It's like, gee whiz,
Turn
I
the
don't like
frogs
to put
gay.
chemicals in the water to turn the fucking frogs gay.
how much better would it be if he got what's his name talk like that? One piece about going, just like fuse the two. We need to like mind the gap again and then fuse those two people into one.
Hillary Clinton is a goddamn demon.
You guys are killing me.
They're these interdimensional psychic vampires. And they sodomize children. That's how they get their souls. Which is ridiculous. It makes about as much sense as if Simon Belmont used hearts as a weapon. There are things that the elites don't want you to know, like about their elite pedophile rings, or about the fact that Super Mario 2 is actually Doki Doki Panic. I need to stop. Gemma's like collapsed.
Finisher. You need to do a glory kill on Gemma.
This whole stream was just a ploy to murder Gemma. Oh god, she's gone, folks. I need to call her parents.
Anyone who's listening, fan art of Chris Ball's fused with what's his name? Was that the other guy
Alex
who you're
Jones.
doing impression of? Yeah, just him and his like little news channel. It's him just dressing up as the guy. It's his Halloween costume. I can't hear Gemma. Has she actually died?
She's okay. She's just taking a minute. Whew.
She's like, yeah. I just like the sound of you getting a hacksaw ready to dismember the body.
Just live stream like Irate Gaming Neo. I don't know who that is, but he looks like he's live streaming Tetris 2, which I think is an underrated puzzle game. You just click on it. What's he talking about? Trump charging into a goblin's nest. Goblin vomit and slapping blood on him, especially up to his ankles. Oh, okay. It's just endless well of Alex Jones quotes you just pull up and doing Chris Ball's voice. That's the whole stream.
It is now.
All right, where am I? His hand hits the bricks is where I got to.
Brick. Go from there.
Distracted by the pain, now engulfing his hand.
How could you just feel that feeling of like, oh man, we're all having such a good time. Like,
okay.
Jacob, did you feel that transition of like, we're having a good time making jokes about Chris Bores impersonating as Alex Jones, and then it immediately goes back to this story.
Suddenly I was reading the story again and everyone's like, oh yeah, this shit. This is what we came here for.
Oh yeah, Onision's best version of himself is beaten up 4 guys in like less than 10 seconds. Of course he has. Can we go back to something more believable, like into the mention of Fred and Barney bumming Alex Jones, Chris Bores?
Fucking hell.
I'm starting again.
Round 2, fight. Now, Gemma, don't worry, because this is going to steal all the joy in the world after this, next few paragraphs.
You got a bit of a face on you there, Gemma. Gotta say, you're looking pretty irate right now. Straight up just tried to slap me. Attention gamers, let's get back to the story.
Oh, the story's still here?
Distracted by the pain, now engulfing his hand. I shifted my body to the left with all my strength, while jabbing his throat repeatedly in the same direction. He just fights like such a pussy. As he fell to the ground, I leapt onto him, using my knees and all of my body weight to pin his shoulders down. Then I inserted my like I had seen.
I was going to shame him in front of the entire school.
How I just Onision seems like the type that would do that to somebody. Just pins him down. I was like, well, while I'm here, I'll just get out my dick.
I mean, I just want to make this clear. This isn't a sexual thing. You're not a 12-year-old girl. So I'm just doing this for shaming purposes.
It's I understand. Wait, what was that about a 12-year-old?
How great would this actually, if the story actually did go crazy and he did literally just trying to face fuck this guy and news at 11 is okay, so the hero who saved everyone from the school was sexually assaulted by this crazy guy? News at 11? The president's coming back again?
Emperor Crimson, $2. Onions are after our daughter's ring pieces. Interdimensional onion men.
Who can't write.
Well, the only way that we can kill him is by deep frying him.
Yeah. Interdimensional onion men sodomize children and do this in service of an ancient god. What's great is that our lore that we've attached to this story does sound like a paranoid Alex Jones Chris Bores delusion.
It does. It really does.
It's really just kind of come full circle.
I love how long this is taking.
It's just I don't care about the story. It's so shit. There's an action scene and I can't even be asked to read it.
I can read if you want.
Well, because because it's so absurdly stupid that literally it's probably the stupidest thing that's happened in the entire story, and that includes the fucking jumping off the back of the bus with the rollerblades. That seems far more plausible than this fucking little simpy pussy boy who just beat up 4 guys with his fucking genius intellect.
Just come on.
Right, so he's about to fuck
fists.
Jason in the mouth or something.
Oh yeah, so yeah, he fucks Jason in the mouth. Where are we?
shoulder down or something.
Like I had seen in school wrestling events, I rapidly lined myself up to evenly distribute my weight on his strongest points so he could not fight back. I was right where I wanted to be, on top of a jock. I smirked. My goal was... My goal was...
Don't know if you know this, but I'm a power bottom.
was about to become a reality. I was going to break his nose so that he could literally see in the mirror what happened to people who treated women like possessions. Should have respected women!
Takes out the fedora.
Oh, come on.
You literally chain girls up in your basement, you fucking creep. When the girls you're having sex with do things you don't like, you manipulate them and tell them they have to get tattoos of the word. You made a girl get it. Well, you tried to make a girl get a tramp stamp of the word liar on her, and you have the gall, you have the fucking audacity to write, he could see what happened to people who treated women like possessions. Motherfucker, you are literally someone who treats women like possessions. Oh, sorry, I don't mean women, I mean girls. You fucking creep.
Very true.
Fucking audacity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, yeah, that's Jacob. You need the sheer fucking audacity.
The sheer fucking hubris.
That's it.
Fucking hell.
So I've just like compounded like Onision self-righteous bullshit with Picard. What if Onision replaced Picard in Picard?
That's the only thing that's keeping me sane is that I'm doing this that I'm not watching Star Trek Picard. So I'm like, it could always be worse.
Really that bad, huh?
It's fucking awful, Toby. It's the absolute worst.
Yeah, I've not given it a watch.
He began to...
Toby, you don't know anything about Star Trek, so you will be like, this is sort of weird and not what...
Hey now.
It's alright. Well, he doesn't know anything about Star Trek. Neither do the people writing Star Trek now, so don't worry about it.
Toby, did you write Picard?
Yes. Right.
His entire knowledge of like when it came to him.
Knowledge, and that is none when it comes to Star Trek. I just wanted the paycheck, okay? When they offer you, when Star Trek execs, when Picard himself is begging at your feet, almost asking to suck your dick to write the next Picard movie, but Picard TV series, I mean, how do you say no to that?
So, like, what's his name was thinking like, oh god, I've spent all this money.
So, what I'm getting at is that Toby wrote a sequel series to a show he didn't watch, so he could get a gummy blowjob from a fucking 80-year-old man.
I mean,
is that what I just heard? What? Docile Caterpillar for 50 bar. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Doesn't he treat Abbigale? Doesn't he treat Abbigale like a prized possession? 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like, without even me going off on one about the real life person of Onision, like the fucking character is a hypocrite as well. And again, best version of myself is a fucking hypocrite.
Like, I like the way, like, no, this is like, it's probably not supposed to, but this is unhealthy. Like, so he had to go at like one of the teachers because. Admittedly, she said he was damaged goods, but then he got in his little soapbox and gave a little speech and then left. And then it's like, so he's planning on breaking. He got into a fight with 4 guys and planning on breaking this guy's nose because he grabbed his he grabbed my girlfriend's ass. Okay, so that's not cool. So I feel there's an in between step between breaking someone's nose and, is there nothing else? It was just that you had to.
I missed a super chat from Emperor Crimson earlier. A massive Herculean man fights pagan gods. It's pretty much the story.
Yeah.
And one earlier as well, I think.
We did get that one earlier. We got the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He began to overpower me.
Yeah, I kept trying to read this bit. So I frantically pinched the tip of his nose with my strongest 2 fingers as he turned me over, and with the other hand I pinched the base of his nose repeatedly until I finally felt a pop. That's really gross. Jason quickly, it's not as gross as the sex, but it's gross. Jason quickly fell back to the ground screaming in agony. His reaction allowed me to stand up just in time for the security guards to reach us. All the guards could now see was 4 jocks all grabbing different body, well, not different body parts, all grabbing their testicles in pain. with me standing by breathing heavily. Go, it must have been this little weasel kicking them all in the balls. Suspend him. Exhausted but somehow slightly smiling. It looked like a complete psycho. I was surprised I was able to pull off what I had intended with such accuracy.
You're just standing there
So
making
was everyone
foul
else.
noises.
Just picturing him
So
like
everyone reading this
full
book.
pink bodysuit. Just like, really? Despite me being almost 6 feet tall, I remained by far the smallest in the group. Yeah, dude, I'm not surprised you, a teenager who's finished growing, you're like in the end of high school, is under 6 foot, and the other guys as well are jocks, and you're like, despite being almost 6 foot, I was just... No shit, you were the smallest in the group, you fucking manlet.
I'm pretty sure he's
Despite.
like my height.
Oh, you're making up. 13.
Or smaller than me, I'm thinking.
What are you, 5'10"?
5'10".
Yeah, he's probably about your height, yeah.
I'm gonna
Only
look
the
this up.
immediate witnesses could believe what they saw. I looked over to Abby, still on the bus, to see both her and Davis staring out separate windows with their jaws completely dropped. I forced myself again to smile encouragingly and waved to Abby as her bus began to pull away. It seemed like the fight lasted at least 10 minutes, but I quickly became aware that it only lasted a couple. Seconds later, Principal Lehman came rushing out screaming...
What the hell just happened?
Yeah, same height as you. I looked at the jocks, still struggling to recover, and looked back at Principal Lehman without any significant indication that I was part of the fight. One of the security guards spoke. I think the smaller one beat up the bigger ones, he said. Principal Lehman, still hysterical, screamed.
Where? It's a security camera footage.
To which everybody, we don't have security cameras, it's a fucking high school, not a prison. Just then, a kid ran up to Principal Lehman and said,
You don't need no security footage. That dude beat all those jocks up.
to be fair, actually thinking about the security cameras, yeah, they had a shooting. There probably would be security cameras after that. The security guard added, we were told they weren't going to be any actually functional until sometime next week. Principal Lehman looked at the guard like he had just said the dumbest thing he had ever heard. He then looked back, but then he remembered what story he was in. He then looked back to the jocks, still incapacitated.
Anything to say? Anything?
He screamed. Jason spoke, now trying to stand up while grabbing his nose.
Oh yeah. You guys don't say squat.
He said to his fallen friends. One of the jocks choked back. Couldn't if I wanted. I've been so badly beaten up by this weedy vegan.
You put kombucha all over me.
Alright, Gemma, shall we stop? Because you said you wanted to read for a bit, and then you can do the next page.
Yeah, I'll do the next page.
Just finish this, obviously, 'cause the new sentence at the end of this page, so just start there.
Okay. He continued to wheeze on the floor as Jason addressed the principal.
My legs anyway. I'm gonna grab my
Oh yeah. Whatever just happened is my business. It happened to me, not you. Or some tattletale. So get over it, layman.
It's wait, hold on, where are we? Oh,
Yeah, who said that to?
Jason addressed the principal.
the principal looked at Jason with disgust.
Your nose is bleeding and likely broken. You know that, right?
He asked. Jason replied.
Well, it's my nose, isn't it, layman? It's my goddamn nose, and if you want to cry someone, make it your no doubt unsatisfied wife at home.
That was
What?
a weird sentence. Make it.
And if you want to cry to someone, make it your no doubt satisfied wife at home. Nope.
Like it was. Oh well.
There were
Well,
no
that
words
was
to
it.
describe the
Got that.
look Principal Lehman gave Jason upon hearing what he said.
Principal Lehman. More like Principal Seaman. Hey, James, wouldn't it be funny if like a toilet like exploded and there was poop everywhere?
I was like, yeah, Mike, I'm just trying to make YouTube videos.
I'm just. That's great, Mike. I'm just trying to play Garfield cards. Hey, James, remember like there was just like poopy smeared all over the walls?
Okay, Mike, I'm not going to talk to you right now. I'm in the wall.
I'm in the wall.
I stood in awe of how little Jason cared about having his face smashed up. Principal Lehman turned to me, frustration consumed his face, and he clearly had no idea what to say. After only a few seconds, he then looked back at Jason.
Under normal circumstances, your ass would be suspended for talking to me like that. Today, you get a warning, Jason. Shape up. Your heroic stunt you pulled last year only goes so far. As for you, James, if you really did this, you're damn lucky the people you beat up are protecting you.
Principal Lehman said, continuing to scan all of us. He finished with,
All of you, get the hell off my campus.
and walked angrily back into the school while screaming for the security guards to follow. As Principal Lehman entered the building, Ms. Robertson passed him to go home for the day. She was concerned by Principal Lehman's aggressive walking and immediately looked over at Jason, still holding his bleeding nose. When she saw me standing by the fallen jocks, her face was overtaken by a look of horror. She clearly pieced together what had happened.
Did you really have to bust my nose up like that?
Jason blurted at me upon the principal walking completely out of sight. I responded,
Yes, I absolutely had to. You don't grope women, especially Abby.
He laughed, still holding
Yeah, I like
his
the way
nose.
he's trying to say, like, it's women. It's like, you wouldn't have given a shit if it was anyone else.
Yeah, genuine. It's like, especially Abby. I'm like, yeah. Basically, because again, it's like, don't treat women like possessions. Also, this girl belongs to me.
Yeah, he laughed, still holding his nose.
Oh, Abby. Yeah, no, I was just joking around.
I replied.
Well, we're not laughing. I'm sure you'd do worse to me if it was your girlfriend.
His smile disappeared. In a serious tone, he then said,
I would murder you.
Honey, there are no adverts on TV. What shall we do? Murder people.
Murder people.
So we stopped talking directly into the mic.
I reply.
Exactly. Exactamundo, daddy-o.
A scream.
Why do you talk like that? Because I'm a 40-year-old in high school.
Exactamundo, eh?
Hello there, fellow students.
Sit on it.
Oh, good. It's that guy who's been held back, you know. Who's been held back since 1979.
And he's like, what you gonna do? Sit on it?
It's like, hey, what did you guys get for number 4? I don't know. How's the divorce going? Fuck off. Grown ass man. Fuck off.
Oh my god, that's funny. Sorry, go on.
A scream came from the background. Beat his ass, Jason! One of his jock friends, set still on the ground, yelled. Jason was clearly offended by their disrespect to him and screamed back,
No, no, you. Touch him. If you have a problem, take it out on the field.
Jason saw Ms. Robertson still staring. He hollered,
Miss Robertson, you want a piece of
It's
this?
totally
or you
hollering.
get out?
Miss Robertson.
Hey, Miss Robertson, you want a piece of this? Or you just zoned the hell out?
Looking offended, Ms. Robertson jolted back to life and continued walking off to her car.
Okay, I'd just like to put a pin in this right now. Like, so he's apparently somehow won Jason's respect by cheap-shotting him. It's like, the way you know, blindsided me, kicked my friends in the dick and broke my nose, that's really respectable. I can, like, truly, we understand each other now, as opposed to, I'm blinded by rage and I'm going to choke you to death.
It's ridiculous. It's
Also,
it is like fantasy.
Also, like, okay, say for some reason the other 3 jocks were composed of me, Toby, and Jacob, and we're friends with like this Jason guy, and we've just been kicked in the balls by this simp guy out of nowhere, and you're like, no, nobody touch him. Like, fuck you, Jason. We are breaking his legs.
Greg never wrote this because Greg was never Greg in the first place. He was Alfarius. I understand that reference. All right, where am I?
Okay, to see if anyone else got that 40k joke.
Oh yeah, here I am. Jason was acting like an ape to anyone who saw him bleeding, probably to hilariously attempt a saving face. He turned back to me and said,
Listen, I'm sorry about your girlfriend. I'm also sorry to tell you, you didn't break my nose. I already did that myself too many times.
Putting both hands in a prayer-like position on his face, he executed a swift motion to reveal his nose returning to its normal position.
You can't break what's already broken, dude.
He said as he...
I am 14 and this is deep.
He said as he leaned over to pick up his jock friends. Leaned over to pick up his jock strap. I grabbed the skates I threw down earlier and began heading
Who's razor blades?
the razor blades. Abby was waiting for me
Well,
once
because
I
you
got...
can, the edge.
all that edge. Like, she was so happy to see me, but also worried that I got in trouble. "You're not going to jail, right?" she asked. I responded.
Where are we? I've not been paying attention. No, apparently when you beat the jocks up, they'll refuse to admit anything happened at all. Jason even chewed out the principal for asking.
Abby then asked, "Well, I was about to take a bath to drown myself and worry, but now that you're home, you can join me." I replied with a smile.
Sure, of course. I can't wait to see your sexy scars again.
Oh,
Like
that's
a
right. You
tiger.
got hard over a skull. Yeah, Toby, you weren't here for this, but he got like super hard over seeing Abigail's abuse scars.
Lovely.
As I went...
Oh, those are stepping stones, Matt.
As I went to sleep that night, I had conflicting emotions. I always hated chauvinistic men, but my first-hand experiences with Jason proved that just because someone acted like a disgusting pig in one area didn't mean they had no honour at all.
Why are you
I
talking
don't
about
think that defence is going to hold up in court, Greg.
Dude, we need to change the defence play. Because that shit's not gonna hold down for the magistrates. Alright?
I'm a man of honour.
Yeah, you might be a man of 3 people are dead.
Just picturing
So
Greg in like full fucking Klingon armour. Just like at his court, just like, Your Honour, I demand a trial by combat.
oh, for God's sake, I told you not to say that!
Brother with no, big thank, $49.99. Bit late, but here's some of my birthday money. Oh, too kind. I can't think of anything clever to say at the moment, so please just insult Greg more on my behalf. All right, so on behalf of Brother with no, Greg is a stupid fucking nonce-degenerate who the world would be better off without.
Ugh, looks a dick.
Cunty McCunt face.
Come to me, cunt face.
He's a shithead who should get run over by a steamroller.
Right, this is the last paragraph, so... The weeks passed by like a warm dream, but as summer approached, so did yet to be known sorrow. Ugh.
What?
But as summer approached, so did a yet to be known sorrow.
What?
I hate the way he writes.
Really, it's so bad.
He writes like he thinks he's some sort of like ancestor who's speaking in tongues.
He writes
like
the weird thing is, like, he's obsessed with teenagers. He's mentally, like, underdeveloped. Again, he's a man who's, like, he's a grown-ass man. He writes like a kid. Like I didn't write creepy shit like this, but this is about the standard I wrote when I was, like, 15. So it's like, why hasn't he improved? Why does he still write like this?
He's a child who thinks he's deep. That's how he writes.
Okay, so many of us like to think we're completely in control until one day a painful and dark reality pays us all a visit, peeling the veil of lies from our eyes, leaving us shattered and lost. Is that
So,
like a
the
little bit of introspective stuff happening there?
He gets taken to prison, or the realms between reality crack open and Absol has to leave or something like that. I must go now. My home dimension needs me.
Yeah, I was like, many of us like to think we're completely in control until one day we're not.
Alright, so we done with the story? We're not.
I think
'cause
so.
we've been doing-
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while.
2
It was
hours
a long
is-
time reading that.
2 hours, and we managed to get 2 chapters. Like the shortest. It took us 2 hours to do one of
They
the
did
shortest.
kind of have the shortest and longest chapter back to back, though.
Yeah.
That second chapter we did took fucking ages.
Yeah.
Well, because it's had the absurd fight, and we were just trying to find reasons not to talk about it because we could come up with funnier stuff.
I think this is basically a glorified podcast, isn't it? It's like the topic is just the stupid shit that Greg writes.
Yeah.
But like it's certainly not like a structured thing anymore. Like it's just descended into absolute lunacy.
Well, as I was saying, like when we were talking about Alex Jones, Chris Ball's thing, and then the realization of like, oh yeah, he just punched a pillar. Oh right, this story, this retardation, we have to go back to, rather than making more random jokes that actually make Gemma nearly die.
Yep. I had to take my inhaler.
The shortest and longest chapters back to back. Onision's understanding of pacing is fucked.
Just so you know, I forgot to mention happy birthday for when your birthday was, Prada with an O. Hope you had a lovely day. And,
Also, like the shortest chapter and longest chapter, what happened in these stories? Well, like so he had sex with Abbigale in the short one. Haha, joke there. And then he went to school. His girlfriend got called damaged goods. She said someone grabbed her ass, and then they had a fight, and that took like an hour and 20 minutes to read.
Yep. Mostly because
we kept,
it was so boring.
Billy MC liked my photo on Instagram. I feel really. Yeah, there's like moments where like it was like, oh, somebody famous liked my post. I'm just gonna quietly dab now.
Oh.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, just awful.
Four more chapters left, guys.
All right.
Mm.
Let us not speak of this chapter anymore, and we shall continue.
Nevermore.
Talk about something else.
Yeah. So, same time next week.
Oh, also, Gemma, there's 5 chapters left.
Damn it.
It's like we could get through 5 chapters in a single sitting if we could actually read more than 2 sentences without going off on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if someone sat down and did an actual audio book of it, like it would not take nearly as long as it's taken us.
No, it's not a particularly long book.
No, it's only 20 chapters. Some of them a bit like long. Yeah, but I still think our version of our audio book, we're going to string this together and sell it to Audible, and they will take it because I'm surprised we haven't been sponsored by Audible. They will sponsor everyone.
Enjoy a free audiobook on us.
Here, have you ever wanted to hear someone read Aliens free? No? Too bad. That's the thing we're gonna...
Too bad. That's the only effort you're going to get.
I still don't get that. I know it's like was it like several months out of date, but still fucking why the novelization of Aliens free?
Yeah.
Prada would post another super chat there.
Oh, Prada with an O. Thank you so much. And it just occurs to me that I missed the sex. I'd say I'm disappointed, but I'm not into underage sex like the author is. And thank you very much, Prada with an O. I really appreciate that.
I mean, to be honest, like I imagine Abbigale was disappointed too. We did skip over most of it.
Yeah, we did.
It wasn't very long either. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I find like the sex scene is the shortest paragraph, chapter in the entire book.
I get it. Yeah. We watched this for the tangents, not the story itself.
Yes. Like, I think that's literally the only reason anyone, the tangents, who here, if you were actually interested in any of the stories that we actually read, you wouldn't come here for us,
No. I suppose it's true.
What you doing? Everyone's like, you gotta, what are you doing?
I'm just moving it onto there for a second, but that was a mistake.
Right.
But
we're gonna see. I've been searching tirelessly for nudes of. I can't think of anyone fat and gross because I'm tired, but Danny DeVito. There you go. Searching tirelessly for Danny DeVito's nudes, and people are going to find them. People are going to see what I've been looking at, Gemma.
All right. Okay.
Let me unmute the microphone now.
Jacob, if you want nudes of Danny DeVito, you just need to watch It's Only Sunny in Philadelphia. Was it Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Who gives a shit?
It's sunny somewhere.
That's just like there's such a subtitle for this story. Like it's sunny somewhere,
It's not.
but it's always raining in my heart. I'm 14 and this is deep.
Is that his next? Oh, something I've been meaning to ask. Do you still have the commentary for the Neil Breen movie?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I just remember, because what was it? Red Letter Media did brought like Neil Breen's 5th movie, which is just him telling people how to make movies.
Oh, to make the bit where he's like, he completely freezes, and then like the voiceover is like, I like to have motion in all of my shots, and like Jay at this point is like, I think Neil Breen might just be the most elaborate joke ever played. It's like, there's no way that was by accident.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, can you put that commentary out? Because I didn't get a copy of it. When
Yeah,
we
it
made
should be.
so.
I have to fire up the old laptop, but yeah, it should be fine.
Alright.
Was it Double Down or?
Yeah, it was Double Down. It was anyone we could. It was anyone we could find.
Yeah.
Because like I prefer Fateful Findings. I think there's a lot more to laugh at, but the only one we had access to was Double Down.
Yeah, because for some reason, I think Neil Breen cottoned on that it was online, and you can only buy any of his films on his website, and they're really, really convoluted ways to buy them.
You have to like go for like some weird method to buy his fucking movies.
And then he has the audacity to have a section on in his documentary about distribution. Like, don't give me advice on distribution, Neil. Like starts joking, it's sunny anywhere but here.
Literally just anywhere, just anywhere apart from this fucking story. Anywhere. Christ.
So we'll probably be ending soon.
Yes.
I want to try and get that campaign going where we get Danny DeVito to play Batwoman in the new series.
Yeah, I got a GoFundMe going.
Yeah.
Change.org petition, those always work.
I'll pique his interest.
Yeah. How progressive would it be to get a man to play a lesbian on TV?
Very. We're coming full circle now, are we?
Yeah.
How about Danny DeVito as Chris Chan as Batwoman?
Ooh.
No, we just get Chris Chan to play Batwoman.
A male lesbian who's cut a vagina into his taint.
God. Don't even.
You just reminded Toby of that, or he probably.
Oh, I don't know.
I joined a Discord server today, because God knows I'm not in enough of them. It's just a silly amount of servers now. It's a rogue internet guy. Because I really like him on YouTube, but one of the emojis that somebody made is just Chris's taint wound.
Oh, gee. Oh.
It's so fucking gross.
So you're really selling, your new Discord.
Hey, I don't need to. This is another guy's server, like for his channel. I don't need to sell his Discord. Fuck off. Join mine.
Right.
Seriously, though, join my Discord. There's
Join my
a
Discord.
silly amount of people on there. There's too many, but we need more. I need more souls.
I like
I need more souls for Absathoth.
So you want to call it a night?
Yeah. He didn't use scissors. Gyro. He used a box cutter.
The most, if you're going to hey, I feel like I should, surgically implant a womb into me. I know what I'm doing. Box cutter. Yeah. How he hasn't died of infection's a fucking miracle. I think it might in fact prove the existence of God and that he is a cruel, cruel person for letting him live and inflicting him on the rest of us, or letting her live.
He's like, what are you doing? What are you up to, God? Well, there's a couple of things I'm doing today. I'm dropping a tree on that guy's car. I'm giving AIDS to babies in Africa. Okay, cool. Anything else? I'm letting Chris Chan live. I've decided to take away the infection in his taint wound. Yeah. God is an evil entity that exists. I wonder if our planet is looked after by some kind of chaos god. Just like
It could well be.
So that's the third 40k reference in this stream. Also, before we go, we need to make sure to bring up the fact that Toby likes to eat waffles in the corner of a room.
Yeah, hence the thumbnail for this stream.
Yep.
Although there appears to be syrup on those waffles, which is inaccurate. He should be eating it completely dry.
Yeah.
That may be his rule.
Why is it brown? Do not answer. That was a rhetorical question.
Okay. No answer will be given then.
Like you just have your favorite memories of various streams and things. One of mine is just the one when we brought up like Toby replacing Gollum in Lord of the Rings, but it's waffles. I'm cooking some potatoes.
Potatoes.
Just Toby.
Go say maple syrup. You can keep your nasty syrup. Give it to us raw and doughy.
Funny bastard.
On that high note, good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, folks. Thanks for coming along. These are always, we moan and complain about the story, but these are always fun.
Yeah.
I think we should keep Toby with us. Like, like next time we make sure Toby's with us for the next one as well.
Yeah.
Please. Well, I'll stick with this to the end whenever you guys are on. Yeah.
Easy money, innit? So.
Right, I'll catch you later then.
See ya.
All right. See you later, guys.
See you later.